Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Here we go.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
Yeah, all right. Put me in a straitjacket. Because I feel like I'm going crazy. Oh, I got the doctor suit on. The doctor is in. Looks like we got a little green on the hour. That's a nice change. See, Caspa's at 16.2. Nice. So I was over on the Telegram group. If you guys don't know about the Telegram group, it's a free group that we got. Links are in the description and in the chat room below. And I was talking so much. There's a lot of conversation going over there. All the cool kids are hanging out over there. I've been posting a lot, following Bitcoin and what's going on with it and everything. And they said, they finally got fed up with me and said, you might as well just go live. So I went live. What was the last chart we were posting? Was it this little guy? I thought this was interesting. Brackets of Interest mentioned something about Frankie candles and and his TA and a point of control or something. And anyway, I started flirting around and drawing it, and I drew a point of control. I could do it on the chart, but I've already got it over here. From the bottom of this wick right over here for this range. And this is what we got. We got a point of control. We got the bottom of the range sitting here at 59,947. Now, to me, that's a good sign that we could be headed back up that way. That's usually how this range indicator in theory practice works. That's where most of our volume is up there. Now, coming up there and rolling over, that's definitely a possibility. You can also see that that's right around this trend line that we got going there, which is the major trend line. So what is going on in crypto? The whole world just decided to go crazy this week. Decided to go to hell this week. It's ironic, when I was down in Tennessee, not for the Bitcoin conference, but I was talking to my brother, and I said, it's a funny thing. Bitcoin is being so strong right now because usually it will just dump after the conference. Sometimes it usually dumps like during the conference, and I didn't see that. So I thought it was maybe a little bit more bullish of a sign, but we mentioned that here on the channel too about the conference. But it seems like this conference this year is no different. So add that to another conference result for the Bitcoin conference. Remember this next year when we have this. So I think it's going to be in Vegas next year. It seems to love to dump regardless of what's going on in the world, after the conference. Call it coincidence, call it whatever, but that's the things that we look at, what happens repeatedly. And that's just one other thing we got there. But let's see what's going on. I got the Christmas tree candles going up here because I like this candle that it's showing right now. I'm on the Bitcoin perpetual futures chart over on MexC, but this is just where, I got a clear chart we can kind of look at. And let's break this down, what's going on just for Bitcoin right now. There is a little bit of hopium, but I don't want to send out too much hopium. There's a hopium I see for a relief rally. I see that, and that's pretty clear. We just kind of hinted on a little bit of it. That was another system that gives us confidence for this area somewhere around 60,000. Now, pattern-wise, we're still in this channel. It's an opening broadening pattern, opening broadening wedge, some people call it. Short-term nickname is the bullish megaphone. So she came down and price did, hopefully we got a low end. Cross our fingers, hope to die, quit sticking needles in my eye. I hope that it is. And there's some signs I'm seeing right now that we got that hopium, that maybe we got a bottom. But what I want to warn you about is the possibility of us coming back up, maybe a V-shaped recovery. That would be great. That would help out Bitcoin positions and altcoin positions. So that gets us up to about the $60,000 rate. The 200 daily moving average is right at 61,605 at the moment. And what's getting ready to happen is that we got this little blue line over here, which is our 50 moving average, looking like it's wanting to cross over. I find that to be concerning. That is usually a sell signal. It's on a bigger time frame on the daily. That is something to be concerned. And these sell signals are something that I would be doing a lot better if I'd taken them a lot more seriously, because there's been all these sales signals. We've talked about this in altcoins and everything, how we reached the top part where there should be a rejection on altcoins, and there's so many things, and we can have our woulda, coulda, shouldas, and it's hard, man. That's what makes this game so hard, when the numbers are up and everything, and you're supposed to be paying yourself, but you're just like, ooh, but the money's right there, and it looks so good, and they can just keep on growing, and then it doesn't. And it's a hard lesson to learn. I'm doing better myself, but that's been one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn is to pay myself and take profits. And I've been working hard on it every time that we go up here, but it's still never been good enough. Never been good enough for the drops that we got. So I'm still working through perfecting my little systems. Because man, after this drop, this one made me sick. And it's because I've got a lot wagering on crypto right now, a lot. And so a little overextended, maybe, not liking it. Heard Lark Davis was talking about this. He had to do some things himself too. I'm not talking about. He might find that he has a better chance a little bit later if this kind of works out as we're hoping. Christmas tree candles are looking better right now. I like that green candle. Green candle has hopium. On my Hakanashi candles, it's still red. So go figure that out. But anyway, what are we looking at? I mean, this is technically okay pattern-wise. I mean, sure, it's a downward trend, but it's also a pattern that can also break to the upside. I mean, this can turn bullish. This can. So, not bad as long as we hold that. Now, I pulled a Fibonacci also from this bottom to that high, and we bounced off our 618. That's also right in line with normal technical analysis. If I was looking at this for any other thing and not being so engrossed in this market to where it starts affecting, my emotions, and I try not to let that happen. It's hard not to let that happen because first your emotions are affected, and then it starts affecting your thoughts. And when your thoughts are affected, it starts affecting your fingers, which starts pushing buttons at the wrong damn time. So it's very critical, in my personal opinion, to keep trying to go for that Zen state, that neutral state. And I know it's entertaining to come on and see some YouTubers out here live trading and being all, have that bravado or whatever. I mean, the algorithm loves it, so therefore YouTube viewers must love it. It was, the entertainment. But that's not real. That's not real in a number of ways. Because when your emotions get involved, you're going to do something stupid. And ego, especially ego. And it's so subtle, man. I'm looking back now and I'm seeing, ego got me, and I thought I had ego up here, but I've seen some ego. It's a constant thing to work on when you're a trader and investor, because that ego will lead you astray every time. Even it can be, I know everything. That's blatantly ego, but sometimes it's, probably do all right. I don't know, we'll keep an eye on it. It's so subtle how they can fool you, and you think, I think we're okay. The psychology, the trading is really all the psychology. That blew my mind when I figured that out, because I thought I was all ready for charts and learning how to draw lines and things, and then I'm starting to learn all this, and I'm like, what? Psychology? Oh, damn, don't add. But it's all psychology. This is just a graphical representation. So, we're at 55.6 right now, and we dropped down to 48,998, 49,000 on this chart. I'm thankful that I was asleep during that time. I had to make myself go to bed because I was sitting here watching these candles go down on all this, and it looked like you get to a place in bottom, and it looked like it could maybe bounce there, and then it didn't. And it looked like it's leveling out, and then it didn't. Looked like it had a chance, and then it didn't. Looked like it had a chance, and then it didn't. So when it comes down here and looks like it has a chance, I'm like, oh my God. Oh gosh. And how many people here know what I'm talking about? Listen, we can't let our feelings take over us, but we can't deny our feelings. And I'm telling you, I got scared. It made me nervous and scared. I did not like that. There was talks, and there was people throwing out $48,000 price targets out there. And up here, I remember saying exactly on the show, I don't see any signs of that happening now. Of course, at that time, I think we were within our boundaries of a trend line, and it wouldn't be, but man. If ever there's a lesson to learn, a lesson to drive home, it is the importance of these damn trend lines, especially on these bigger time frames when you get clear markations of when price is breaking out of it. From that step, what I'm finding is if you're in a negative when it breaks out of it, it's hard to take that loss at that time. It's like, we can turn around, something can happen, and it doesn't. So the hard line, I believe, is just, man, I let like a $200 or $300 loss turn into something much bigger by ignoring that trend line. So this market has kind of bitten me a little bit, like it has a lot of people out there and some of you guys. And luckily, I mean, I was, I did prepare for it, but man, it's not fun. It's not fun. And then you're like, wow, we made it out safe so far. If she decides to roll over, can we do it again? And I'm like, I don't know. So I say this just as a cautionary tale that it looks like we have a chance to go back up. But if we do, I'm seeing signs, man, that there's lots of areas that it might be a bearish retest and a rollover. Look, we got the 50 moving average. This is a 12-hour time frame. We looked at the daily where they're trying to cross. This is the 12-hour where it's already rolling over. It's not crossed because price needs to cross it first. But if price doesn't get up and start, going back to $65,000, we're looking for a rollover. And it doesn't even mean price has to come up here to roll over. We could roll over anywhere in between. And that's not news that I want to see as reality, but that's something that we got to be prepared for. Because if you're not prepared for the bad times, then they will take you out. And I'm glad that I prepared for as much as I could and did for down here. So what I'm doing now, and some of you are in spot margin too, some of you don't care about it, and that's probably, that's fine too. If you're in spot is good. Leverage is what always makes us cry. Spot margin is a little bit easier to work with, and I still maintain that through this time, when we're at bottoms is one of the best times to start dealing with spot margin and opening up it. The only thing you need to do is just, the simplest thing would be just to treat it as a dollar cost average strategy. Borrow just a little and DCA and just take it nibble by nibble. That would be a very basic, very effective strategy. Or you can play it as you trade, and that's what I'm doing. So all my altcoins I got set up, I'm even, what's left of them and this and that, what I've got going on, I'm doing the trading. I'm setting some take profit problems all, up through there on my fibs, seeing if we get hit so I can have some more capital to either pay back a loan or have something to buy more if we, if the altcoins still come down. Because even if Bitcoin recovers, our altcoins are still, they're in a hurting, and they're going to be in a hurting for a while is what it looks like. So daily chart Bitcoin, that's a nice, oh look, my Heikin actually turned the right color now. It's a promising sign, but the moving averages are telling us, man, be cautious up around 60,000, 60,500. This little range from around about that 200 moving average, wherever it is on the daily. And that's $60,000 mark. Because I anticipate that we might get a little nastiness there. And let's take a look at it. Let's fib it out. Since now we got what we need to play this little game. Let's see where she went. Swing low to swing high. She went down to what number? And you guys wonder why I love the fibs. 1.272. That's my number. That, let me say this about that particular fib level. That is normally a bottom. If it were not for the news of Japan and the economic crisis and the whole world trying to go to hell this week and this month and World War III and everything else happening in the market, I wouldn't be sweating this that bad at all at this. I would be, we bounced. We should be good. We're good now, right? Maybe we are. And I hope I cross my fingers, pray to the Lord that we're good from here on. But the moving averages have a little bit of a different story, and that 50 crossing that 200. Why is that a big deal? When did you cross there last? Well, here's a little hopium. We were kind of in a similar situation back here. Some are comparing this market area to this area back here anyway. And it makes sense. There's a little bit of hopium to be had in the negative point that I'm trying to make. The 50 did cross back over here. And we were under 200 for a little while, a short window. And then this is before we started blasting off. Now, according to the halving and everything, we can still expect a move like this, very similar to what we had back in early 20. Oh, you're not even going to have it on this particular chart, are you? Perpetual futures. Back over here when it was fun in these areas, and we just kept on moving. Time-wise, if we were to compare it here to the halving and everything, we would be right in this area here with this drop, which wasn't that big. But comparatively, what we're looking at in the charts, it's a lot more like this over here. Now, this one, look at this. See if this looks familiar to you. It's a lot of the same thing. We got the following channel, or we got this little guy right here. Falling channel, falling wedgie. We're hoping for one of these mega ponies. But she was on a downward trend here too. Made a low, a higher high, a lower low than this low, a lower high here. Now that was after she came down and broke out, bounced off the trend line. That would be nice. It's a little different now, but still, that was a scary time here. That's F2 pool selling off, dropping from 42,000 to 30, got down to 28,000. Didn't think we'd see that again. But then we were all right and everything, we recovered. We're in a different world today. At least now, we wear a mask by choice. My family is actually a mask family. My wife is a masker, so the rest of the family mask up too when we go outside in certain places a lot of times. Not for any conspiracy reasons or something like that, but hey, this is not what we're talking about. All right, so Bitcoinio. Here we are. Let's take a look at it. Look at all these X's. I got Market Cipher A turned on right now, and these are the manipulation X's, is what they're called. But whatever. When you start seeing them, it's usually not good. It means down. It means there's a lot of sell pressure coming in from somewhere. So that's a free indicator on TradingView, unless you want to get the authentic crypto face version. Nothing wrong with that either. 2 hour chart, we're above the 9. We got some good signs, man, that maybe we got a local bottom. That's what I'm calling it, a local bottom. But 59, 60,000, that's going to be a little bit of a tough area for us to deal with. So I just advise you to keep it on your radar. Shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. I think I got one that's can't see behind that pinned message right there. I think Crypto 420 left the first say so. Mr. Mouse is first. We got Crypto 420, Trey Spot, Dave P. There's that Road Dog character. Grizz Oso, how's it going? How's it going, Grizz? Good to see you, my man. Oh, Grizz. Sam Webb, I don't know if I mentioned you already or not. Glad to have you guys here. On this crazy and a mercy received, going to the upside, double top, confirmed with a cup in handy. Crypto 420 says 70% mental, 20, oops, well, I lost it. What happened? 20% mental, 70% mental, 20% TA, 10% discipline. I think I would put the discipline and the mental up there too. I don't know. I'm finding the discipline is something that I need to work on a little bit. If I am being honest with myself, and if you're a trader, you should be honest with yourself. Otherwise, you'll be lying to yourself, and then you're going to keep screwing up. This is a great time to look back at what you've been doing and the decisions you made, and if maybe you bought it in a little too soon, a little too much, whatever your strategy is, to look back and tweak it. It's otherwise you're just going to sit there and worry about stuff all the time. But tweak it. It's good to look back and see what you can improve on. And every time I'm always doing that. Always doing that. So Bitcoin, maybe there's a chance there. What I'd like to look at is a few other things that we've not looked at, and that have to do with our current market. And one is the Japanese yen. This is what's causing a lot of a problem right here, is that from what I understand, they've cut rates in Japan, and I think they needed to. They've been hurting too. They depend on us to keep them up, It's like they're in our pocket in some kind of weird monetary policy way. And the Japanese yen is looking strong. And I think they had to add interest rates, if I'm understanding this right. And then that is squeezing the people that were borrowing and trading again, with the yen, borrowing yen and using that for trading. And now they got to pay some back with the interest and things like that. So that's having some kind of weird effect. We've also got that SOM rule, which is going on. And that's what really scared the markets, in my opinion. Now, until I got my clip part. It's SOM rule right here. It's a recession indicator. And it's named after its creator Claudia Somm. Now, I saw an interview with her, and she was talking about this. And she said it's not actually happened just yet, but we are really close to it. Really close to it. And that if it does happen, well, she made it sound like we had a ray of hope. So I like that coming from the woman who actually came up with this, but she was a former Federal Reserve and White House economist. The rule indicates a recession has started when the 3-month moving average of the U.S. unemployment rate is 0.5 percentage points or more above its lowest during the previous 12 months. And she says, we're getting kind of close. But just to reiterate what she said, I should have clipped it and played it. It's not crossed yet. It's not done. It's not done its indication yet. We're just getting damn close to it, kind of like the 50 crossing the 200. Might it happen anyway, and then we get a real taste of bad news? Maybe that's what the charts are saying with Bitcoin on there, where we go up a little and roll. I don't know the answers to these questions, but those are some of the things that we're looking for. And then of course bonds. I believe we track the 20. We track this 10-year, and we see the interest rate has dumped from 420 down to 367. So we depend on Japan to buy our bonds, and they're one of the biggest buyers of our bonds. And so we depend a lot on Japan. If Japan's not looking good, or their yen's going stronger against our dollar, it's not going to help, is what I understand. The dollar, DODXY, she be falling too. Now normally this is good, but see, our dollar's going down and the Japanese yen is going up in value, and that's flip-flopping our home markets here. Wish we just had a Bitcoin standard or a gold standard and didn't have all this funny Federal Reserve money that we keep playing with, because, well, that crap keeps changing on us. But no matter what I do here, I mean, she's not looking good. It looks like more downside, and for the dollar, more upside for the yen. It looks strong. And what that'll do to Bitcoin, I don't know. You would think eventually people will come over to the Bitcoin side because we're so good. Here we are with the little Wyckoff theory and trading ranges and all that good thing. I might as well use this little guy over here. This is what we got for ranges. You see this? In that 59.3 area we got marked here. But now our point of control, according to this, 66.9. So when we pull out this little indicator, and this is free on TradingView, I think it's free for everybody. It's over here on the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth little icon down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 down from it, you got fixed range volume profile. And it's a pretty nifty tool. I don't use it that much because, gosh, I got enough, and I love my moving averages and fibs too. But again, the same thing, we should be coming up to here, but we could roll over. Keep that in mind. But if we do get into it, we should be headed up to this area, about 66.8, to that middle area right here. And if we're lucky, we might be able to top out again at 72. Now you're talking my language. I would love to see that just happen. I'd love to see this be a bottom. And it could be, it might be, we don't know yet. But we're at 56,000 right now, and I'm starting to feel a little happier. Road Dog's starting to feel better today. but we just got to be cautious. Just don't get overly confident that the bottom is in and now we're headed to 72. And there may be some people out there saying that. I don't know. But that is the most funky bottom that I believe I've seen. That's a funky W pattern. Look, but it did play out like a W should. How's that, Road Dog? Man up that voice a little bit. Put some bass in that voice. How's that, Road Dog? So we got a W and then we got the tops there. And what we normally do, if you want to take a measurement for that, is just go straight down here. Pull that out the breakout, and it says that we should be able to come up to this area about 57,180 to, well, 57,300 is actually what I'm getting on that. I do have a fib area up there, so I like that idea. I am not going to say anything bad about it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. My only concern is that now, pattern-wise, if we are pattern traders, that is, we've cleared this pattern, or maybe clearing this pattern. Also forming the old rising wedgie, which makes sense that if we get up here, we might roll over. Even, how far does that go? That doesn't quite go up to our 60,000 target. But that's usually how this stuff works out, so we got to keep that in mind. So this is just caution. We're going up now. Thank goodness. We still got the rest of the week and whatever else Satan wants to unleash on the world, or don't mention any politicians' names. Okay. She was an oldie but goodie. Somehow I think she's still got something to do with it. All right, so that's kind of cool when we're going up. I like the going up part. I just don't like the rolling over and coming back down. Should we speculate? Should we speculate that if we do go up and then come down, where might we come down to? Probably right back down to these areas about 52.2. That would be a good place. Maybe down to 50. 618 would hang out up. Presume 618. I'm just guesstimating. But it's not over yet. And, you know, I'm on the 6-minute chart here, man. You took it on the hour. This is what we look at. If you look at it on the hour, continue these old lines that we got right here. Oh, it looks like we're coming to a retest area right now. Holy crap, 56.5. I think we've been talking about that. I've been talking about that. We'll probably get a pullback at 56.5 before we try to make it up high to 57 or 59. I gotta say, the 1 hour, I like it being above the non-moving average. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 50's coming in right up here at these areas. Right, yeah, about 56.6. Now, the plus side, what I would love to see is for us to just bullishly break above this pattern, and then, man, that could be a parabolic move to the upside, and that would be beautiful. That would be great. That can happen with these patterns, but it's not the norm. The norm is they usually roll over. Roughly about 60% of the time they roll over and down. So our altcoins, let's take a look at that. I'm going to do it on total 3 because that just kind of sums them all up kind of nice, and sometimes it gives you some insight that you might see on your little lone coin or a little couple of lone coins. That's just how I look at it. Crypto total 3 market cap. Look at it on the daily because whoo, we got a hurtin'. She's already got this bearish cross here, the 50 over the 200, and getting ready to have the 100 go over it. Now, sometimes when that happens, there's a bump up. When the 100 crosses the 200, about 2 out of 3 times, I usually see us come up toward that area. Sometimes we even go kiss that 200 moving average. Now, that brings us back up to these highs over here with altcoins, or, you know, to the higher places than we are now. Look, I mean, we got some signs. There's signs that a local bottom might be in with the big work, the wicks here. A good sign at a point of resort in a Fibonacci area that we may be putting in that low there. But still, there's a rollover place, whether it's up here or up here. So we might have a relief rally for both Bitcoin and altcoins, and I highly recommend that you guys take advantage of that. I know I'm going to be focusing on taking some profits. I've got to get into this mindset that I might be selling my bags or part of them. And if it keeps on going, well, then you know what? I can just get back in and wait for the next drops and still add to those bags and grow them again. It's more about me being patient, and I think this is where the discipline part comes in. To make a rule and then stick by it. That's. Sometimes I find myself breaking those rules. My little degen just wants to take over. But on the 15-minute on Total 3, we're crossing some good ground. So right now, it looks like the altcoins might be giving us a little give back. A little give back. It's my count looking. Man, I see my net worth just drop like, ooh. I used to have be in a trading group, and I would hear the mentor in there. He would do his weekly screen shares. It was back about 4 years ago. A guy named Chris, and he'd come on. And he was always talking about, he selling out, taking profits. Of course, the only thing is, for some reason, we didn't find out until like a day or two later. I don't understand that, but anyway. Or I never caught on, or he would use words. He wasn't as clear. It was like always crypto. If I say bearish retest, that means sell. And I'm like, well, why don't you just say sell? Why we gotta be guessing here? But anyway, he would, his portfolio was so big that he would talk about it's painful. So he would actually, get completely out. He talked about just getting completely out of all of his altcoins. He wasn't a holder. I think he was more of the trading mindset, but he was just completely out because he didn't want to write it down. And man, I can sympathize with that, because once your bags get up and you're at a good level, and then you see it all just start giving up and going away, you're like, well, everything that you worked for the past 2 years and thought you achieved or whatever, that's on the line. That's scary. First of all, I shouldn't put myself in that situation. That's the smart thing. So that's the number one lesson I'm taking away from this. QNT up to $61. So you liquidated my position. I only got like a half a QNT I'm working with now. Thank you for that. I gotta start all over with you. I don't know if I want to, man, because you've been piss poor. I'll work with what I got until I can get a profit from you and get some more Bitcoin or something. I am, how you guys feel about altcoins right now? Do you still like them all? You still got a lot of faith in a lot of them anymore? Or are you kind of feeling the sentiment like, I think from here on out, this is what I'm feeling. I just want to focus on the good ones, the ones that are actually performing well against Bitcoin and showing some strength. Because there gets to be all these hypes about all these new projects and how well they're going to do, and they could and whatever, but then, they just kind of float into the background. But there are those ones that are strong against Bitcoin, and they don't float into the background as much. One such coin is Caspa, which I will be focusing more on. I have been building the bag of that, and thankfully I still have got that little bag. Caspa went all the way down here. My little bag that I did so well taking profit on and thought I was really good. I could not borrow any. I had no dry powder to take advantage of this, and I wasn't going to borrow from my Bitcoin because that puts it in danger. I'm safeguarding that with its life. But those are some great prices, and if you got it around 12 cents, man, I think, you're obviously patting yourself on the back now if you're buying the bottom areas, man, because it's already up 20, almost 30% from there. If we look at this pattern-wise, we're on a 50-minute time frame, so I wouldn't put much stock into this. Well, the patterns are valid, but bearish retest. So it looks like Caspa's at least coming up to 17.5. Will she roll over from there? We don't know. She could come up and make a double bottom, come down, do something like this again. Bitcoin could do that same thing for what it's doing right now. And so I just want to plan for both sides of that. Caspa on the hour, look at that. She's got a wild chart. I think I redrew it today. I did. Yeah, this is what I put this out on our group. So this is my new official chart, because she just been in kind of a weird funky formation here. It's not even Best I can get is a little channel idea that seems to be holding kind of nice there. What is all this? But Caspa recovering kind of nice, wouldn't you say? Wow, 40% drop in Caspa. 40% drop in Caspa. And then immediately 23%'s bought up for a candle body down here. It's like she just wicked below that, got to a fib level, and now we bounce, so that's good. I like that on Caspa. So now we just got this trend line, which will come in about 17.7, right up here with our 618 Fibonacci area, right here at this trend line. What we're looking for is a possible bearish retest. And maybe we come back down and play again with this little trend line area. I'm just saying that could be. If we break up into this hole, the world's a happy place, and you know, maybe there's peace in the Middle East and all this other stuff going on right now. I can't even keep up with it. There's been so much crazy stuff. But we're on the daily chart, and I like this idea. I'll say this about the daily for the market cipher. This looks good. Money flow is she's trending down a little bit, but she can flip back up. Stochastic's going to the upside. Everything's looking pretty good here. Can't see what the momentum wave is doing, but she can either be curving up here, or we hope that she is. Sometimes she does it really close to there, and we could be seeing something like that. I don't see the green dot yet, but we're way far away from a red dot, and that's kind of cool. We're in the area where we could be getting that little green dot possible buy signal there. Good old Caspa. Mercy Receive says yen was borrowed cheap and paid back high, and Japan margin call screwed us. Yeah. Strega says I knew Road Dogg would be streaming early. Mercy Seed, I'm down 30% on 3 out of 3 or 4 counts. One account was up 5%. It's been rough. It's been rough. Sam says up, Bitcoin up. Well, I sure do like it when it goes up. I just don't like it when she rolls over, and especially when she makes new lows. I don't want to be anywhere near $40,000. Can we get back to the 60s? I'll settle for 58.5, but we really need to be above 60. So Solana, a lot of people favor this one as a coin. I've got mixed views on this one right now. She's still in a struggle. Now it looks like she's breaking above my trend line. Now I got to look and see, well, is it a good trend line, or you know, did I draw it well? Do I need to tighten it up or anything? And it's not much of a trend line. It's just from this bottom to that bottom. So it's only got two touches technically, and then a breakthrough. But we are above it, so it seems to be respecting it. All right, well, we got a candle that's actually opening and closing above it. That's a good sign. She doesn't look like she's near the bearish cross just yet, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's definitely going for it. Solana could take a little while longer to do it if it happens. If it can get above the 200 moving average, which is like 146, not far here, $6 away, she's got a chance. Daily. The only thing that looks concerning on Market Cipher as an indicator is just the money flow being in the red. Now it could do like this and we could just be hunky-dory. It did it here a little bit. Stochastics were in a different place. Well, did it here just a little bit when we were at a bottom, and that would have been good. So maybe something. What we got here? When is this? This is what day? This was February. Let's draw us a little line right here. Then go check out and see what she's doing on February. And this is what Solana did last time that scenario happened. And, well, hell, that's pretty good. Well, I'm not going to talk too bad about Solana because she might be doing okay right now. I do like the long wicks. I just don't like that she broke a trend line. That's bad. But being back above it, we got a chance. We got just a little chance. This little guy here, Rune, oh my God. Came down to 253, 250? Dang, man. For real? I don't know about Rune. It was one of my biggest bags there for a while. It's hard to be a big bag when she's only $3. She needs to be about 3 times that much. So a lot of people are looking at Rune as having a head and shoulders pattern, which, you know, technically you would not be wrong. It's a little slanted, but that neckline is there. I would say that you met that measure move. I normally take them from the middle here, but it doesn't always have to meet that move. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Usually a big one like this playing to the downside is not as bad, because if you zoom out and draw a top line, you got one of these mega pony patterns. They don't break down to the downside as bad. So this is actually how I'd read this, other than you know, a head and shoulders. Usually they're a little bit more condensed at a top. You'd be looking for that kind of pattern up here rather than as a big play. But I mean, it can still be bearish, but really I see it as being this. But there's also another move that she could still be doing. And that could hold true if there's a bearish retest, because this looks like it's a bearish retest in that $5 area. But man, I do not want to see Rune get back down to 148. I can't handle it in my position, so I don't want to see it. I've got the plan to, I'm trading this little sucker up, getting some profit just in case we go through that scenario. Trying to de-risk a little bit as we go up is basically what I'm doing. Spot margin. I'm only concerned about a spot margin. If I was just spot, I wouldn't care at all. Just let it stay there in the wallet. Sometimes I wonder, well, would you have been better off if you'd done that? I'd still have way too many coins. Or way too many in variety. So I like that I've got a plan to weed that out. If the market cooperates with me, I'll have more success with it. Toncoin's been holding kind of strong. I mean, she did drop. 0.5 Fibonacci down here, 474. She was holding above 6, and 660 was a number that they were trying to hold. And I said, man, there's something wrong about this. And so I took some profit and waited for the dump there. She broke the trend line, and looks like we got a 200 moving average here on the daily. We could bounce. I mean, normally we'll bounce off of that. It looks good. The moving averages are still up above the 200. They're playing around with the 100 average, but I would love to see us get up around $6 again up to a ton. That would be cool. Our weave's hanging around $20, dropped down to 16. That was scary. Oh, we might have got lucky on that. So it looks like we're above this trend line here. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We got an angle. Kind of iffy on that angle. Might be a little something there, but a little something right here and there. Okay. That looks a little more hopeful. So yeah, I'm at 28.8. Don't even have to move my target there. For R-Weave, might be a rollover point. And basically that's what I'll be looking for right now is in your rollover points. A lot of 618 fibs. From where the swing high to swing low, that's basically what I'll be looking for. Sam says, I'm watching Turbo. Well, that's a messy chart. What's going on here? I can't read that at all. Turbo. Okay. Well, it didn't come back to test the trend line or the 200 moving average. That's interesting. Just came all the way back to our previous bottom there. So we got a possible disrespect in this guy. What is that? 28,967.00289. She got some respect for that line. I don't see a reason why though. Well, that's got me perplexed. 628'd. Yeah, we'll keep you. I found a bottom possibility if this net, if it doesn't hold. It looks like it's holding. Non-moving average is hanging right up here with this 618 Fibonacci at 0.00484, which looks like that would be a good place to pay yourself. 0.05999 looks good. Why don't you just say 0.006? It's easier. So we got a range of targets here. Higher target, I'm looking at 0.0092. Don't know if we'll get there just yet. I hope. That would be great. It didn't make it down to the bottom of this trend line. That's strength. I'd keep my eye on this area right here though. From there, we got this little guy. So 0.0049 looks like a good place to take some profits on Turbo. 0.0061 looks like another good little area. Let me double check that one. That's how we got it. Okay, yeah. And 0.005, yeah, 0.0059. Turbo! Let's zoom down to the hourly and look like we should see what she's doing. It's not yet above the 200 moving average. Reclaimed the 9s, so we're probably headed that way, and that's coming in right with our little target. Isn't that amazing? About the 1 hour and the 200 and the fib that we just pulled for this move on a different time frame. Doesn't really matter what time frame you're on when you pull a fib. Showing some confidence there with the 1 hour. It'd be a good chart to watch for it. 15 minutes getting above the 200 moving average, so that's bullish. Checking out the 6 minute. Oh, we're already to the races. Working on that breakout. Breakout is a positive, so that's cool. Turbo. Now we got our day price up, and it was red when we started the stream, and now we're up good. Or we're in the green now. I say we're up good, but for the week, man, we are still down 20-30% on a lot of these things, man. Ooh, taking a beating. But again, I mentioned earlier about the spot margin thing. If you open up your spot margin positions slowly at these bottoms, that's a good way to do it. My dumb ass would be a lot happier if I'd waited on a lot of them and waited till a point like this in the market and then came in and swooped. That would be that's the genius move. I didn't do that. I had a few little backs that I brought in to do that, and so those are good, and that's helping out a lot. But this is a great time to do it for low leverage trades on Bitcoin, man, because five, 7, 8x, 10 might be a little, I don't know, depends on when you open it. If you're opening it around $50,000, 10x would be pretty sweet. Going more than that, well, you just increase your chances of being liquidated, and I'm tired of that. I got liquidated on 8x. I couldn't get it to save me. So Bitcoin rolling over a little bit. Oh, 56.6. We were looking at that area. Didn't quite make it there. You're rolling over for good. She's losing the 9. I'm on a 6 minute time frame. She lost the 9 minute over here. Came down the bottom trend line. She was fine. She made a little bit of a higher high. She might still have a little gas in the tank to get up there. I'm trying to figures that's out. Why is that line there? I think because the stochastics are working their way down, money flow is still in the green on this particular time frame, that she might have a chance to bounce. Again, I always like to chart on the bigger time frames, and then I'll just look at the smaller ones just to give me that little dose of anxiety. Oh crap, I should have paid myself, shouldn't I? Breaking my rules. Well, I'm not following you in that time frame though. I'm on the 6 minute. Still trading a little bit more by my rules now. It's time for me to take a little profit because we broke my trend line, even though I'm not at my trend line. I'm up 45% on that trade. Cool. Take profit on this one too, a little bit. Taking 25% each time I break a trend line. Do you really want to take that much? I've got like a 53,782, so my entry is pretty much down here at the bottoms for the trades I got on CoinEx. What's left of my leverage position over there. Trying to build that little sucker back up now. So we want to look for, see if we get a bounce here at the 50 moving average, the 618 Fibonacci area coming in right here. It's also at the bottom of this trend line. If it happens to coincide that way, we might get a bounce there. Otherwise, she breaks that trend line, then we got, it's not good. Ichimoku Cloud says we might actually pull this one off. I would be impressed. I don't think she'll actually come down to right here, though. Well, she'd have to drop hard. Hard and fast to make that. But that's a good place for it to bounce, and also right here at 55,114 on the top of these wicks. See what she does on the smaller time frame, but remember, she's in a rising wedge, and eventually these suckers usually break to the downside more often than not. However, if they are breaking up to the upside, that's a train I want to be on, because that could mean a nice, big, strong parabolic move. Turbo, says Strigard. I did that for Toshi. I remember that time Road Dogg bought all the Peppy. Oh man, that was crazy too. I fat fingered it. Came out in profit, barely. I just had to sweat. That thing went down. They got this trading account down like a negative $1 million. It was crazy. Oh look. Oh wait, I'm still up $100,000 over here. There is a there was a Peppy trade over here, right? Yeah, I got Peppy. I'm down $3,000 in Peppy. You know what? This is my paper trading account. I think I want to go. It's a Binance Peppy. Maybe I should buy some more Peppy. So most of these trades are Bitcoin that I see, right? There's one for BET. It's my paper trading. You can do that on TradingView. It's a great place to practice. I think they've actually got a paper trading competition. I saw that little thing pop up. And I think you can win up to, is it 10,000 or 100,000? I forgot what they're giving away. Probably 10,000. Charting, not Charting Crypto, but Crypto Chester was doing that for a little while. And he was making the top of the leaderboards there for a few days. That was kind of cool. B&B is one that I will probably stick with. She's at 439. She got all the way down to 402. Similar chart to Bitcoin right here. Support resistance. Flip. That's good. Measure move for this little guy. Really close to where we are, so, and that would be a support resistance flip here right over here. Find that interesting. Is this one about to top out for right now? Are you at the top of your wedgie? Or is it at the top of, it looks like you got more to go? Not. I'm on the tiny time frame. I don't know why are you charting on the 6 minute? Because it looks like this. It's crap. Zooming out just to the 2 hour. That was the wrong thing. I like 528 for a target. I like 562 for a target. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Numbers are going up on my, I was looking, it ain't back to normal by any means, but I'm down about half of what I was. A little more than half now. So that's good. I mean, it's getting better. It's not good, but it's, I'm telling you, man, I saw some numbers on this account. I was like, where if I felt like Cartman on South Park, and it's like, and it's gone. I was like, thank God it's unrealized. It's not realized until you actually sell. Some of them were forced to sell. That sucked, but I'm hanging in there. Keep going, champs. It's like I sold a little bit more Bitcoin at some point. Okay, cool. So BNB, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just putting in a few little, I use these targets. Alrighty. Excuse me for a minute while I just kind of put a few little sell targets in here. This is what I do a lot. And what was that? 560, yeah, 562 and 528. Taking a little profit of those areas. Also, I wouldn't hurt at 504. Do I already have one on there? That's awfully cheap. Say just a little bit less profit at that level. That's at the 0.5 area. Might as well label you on there too. So by Dow theory, when you get a move, normally it's like one of those big straight moves up to the down, but they usually come up to the 50 halfway mark. So that's why we got that little guy. But some of Charles Dow's wisdom there. $504. All right, cool. Buying a value investing. Hey, welcome to the stream, my man. A little different than what you're used to. I'm curious about the image on the screen. I'm curious about what programs are currently being utilized. Seems like maybe OBS and some I don't know. Sorry, I tend to type a lot. I'm at work. I am using OBS, and why is it giving me a warning? Insufficient disk space. No. Oh, I ran out of disk space to record my streams. How about that? Time for a new hard drive. Yay. Oh well. Maybe I can go clear out some old streams or something. OBS, and that's TradingView is the software that I'm using for the trades or trading. The graphics are just, that's all part of OBS too. Oh, and Snapchat. And just a little bit of Elvis.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Is that something? Well, it's a little bottom area to the left. Okay. It seems to have the angle here. Oh, snap. No, you didn't nail it. I thought you nailed it. I thought the angle nailed it. Came close. It did for that little wick, though. And where do you point to, my friend? Down to this bottom again? Okay, I'll ride with that. BNB. Oh, what am I doing? We're on BNB. We've already been on BNB. Near protocol. Ooh, she's at 368. Got down to 305. Oh no, this one looks different to me. You didn't hit a bottom fib yet. Is that a cause for concern? Because you haven't regained the 618 yet either. Let's take a new look at this one. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Near protocol. Let's do the big boy analysis on it. Sounds almost impossible to think that it would get to $12 at this point in the market, right? I got you, but you're not. That's kind of interesting. It's not very much. Why don't we just go to this one? What you got here? Tuning in my fibs right now. I do want that line though. I don't even think that did that. Yeah, I think yeah. Okay. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, and that's where you've not come down to the target yet. Near, I see 267, 268. As a possibility, still in store for near. Why would you keep going down when the other altcoins are starting to turn around and go the other way? Near. That's kind of weird. I would expect you to start recovering a little bit here too, and for some reason, near is not. That was the trend line that we lost. Faked us out, broke back in, looked like, oh, we're going to the moon, and then not. Get up there, line. I need one of them price labels. Slap a price label on that. 276-ish. That would be a higher low than this particular low right here behind my head, if that needs to happen. So why are you not respecting my fibs just yet, Near? Have you got something else going on that we need to be aware of? There you are. Swing low to swing high. You're at my 272. I'll take that. I will take that. Because that means that for this local bottom and based on this particular part, the ratio attached to this one, the little legs attached to the, based off of this move, swing low to swing high, that we may have reached a bottom on this. This is a bottom territory. There's a couple more down here, but usually if we're bouncing off this one, we might be in good shape. So if that is, I can presume that that's a bottom now. Then I'll go up from swing high to swing low. Tell me where you gotta go. And the first thing it's telling me is that we ain't going nowhere until we get past 389. Because until we get past that area right there, she's got a chance to bounce through here, and that will not be fun. Fibonacci's are beautiful because they just spell out everything that everything else does. Look at this little bottom area of resistance there at the 382. So you know the 382, looking to the left and seeing that. Well, that's going to be a little hiccup for price right there too. So let's mark that little guy. That's coming in at 4.41. Now above that guy, I would skip over the 0.5. It's still a valid area, but it's a chance that we might just. I would be more concerned about the 618. That's where all the congestion is anyway to the left. Ichimoku Cloud says, it ain't having none of it. She's still wanting to go for more downside. I don't understand that of you, Ichimoku Cloud. You tighten up your game. You're not a green line, man. What did I just do there? I'm trying to change the color in this line. So a 618 also coming up at this other fib I pulled, which is also a 236, just like this one. Meaning this is a point that we need to get on the bigger scale time frame. We need to get above 535 for near. And that's where 618, and this is like we could possibly see a retracement. If we're lucky enough to come up here, I would take some profits about 517, 518, because we might be rolling over. If we get that lucky, may just be coming up to 389 and rolling over. That would suck. Not only clear yet on here, but she still has some juicy prices where she can make some good gains. If you like this project, this is a good nibble area in my personal opinion. She was up to almost $9 before, and she's not quite a third of that price yet, but really close to it. Tau BitTensor took... I lost that position. Thankfully, I still got my main bag that's staking, and I didn't move it over. I would have. And if I could have moved it over, I could have saved that position, but somehow that wallet is not working to accept coins at this point in time. How convenient. That does happen. All right, looks like a possible retest of that trend line. Let's tighten the trend line up a little bit, see if it makes some more sense there. Yeah, that tightened it up. Oh, that does make a lot more sense. And all I did is just pulled it, and it's touching the top of candles. Touching the top of this candle, and the next one it can touch is this one. So that's my trend line. And look, she got a full candle body open above it. So that means that this could be a retest of this trend line, which is normal. We're on Tau BitTensor. She got down to what? 150, 165. Wow. Still hanging around 243. I don't know that. I think we have to redo this because we got new bottom information. So swing high to new swing low. Tell me where prices got to go. Now we got to lower our expectations here. $307 is going to be a pretty important place, in my personal opinion. So with $398, a lot of congestion right there. And of course, $543. Gosh, I would love it if you go back there. That would be awesome. Those were the days, right? They were happier times back then. Now, one thing that I did do, I think I mentioned this last night, is I moved some more Nakamoto games over because they were just sitting there and I had a little bit. And that position was getting very, very tired and tested and in danger. So moving some more asset collateral over there. Help get this one straightened out. And she's at still 71 cents here. I'm not worried about this at all because I got plenty of dry powder on this one. I'm at a good risk thing. I'm talking about spot margin. So if I need to, she drops down, I'm still good for a while. That's the beauty of bringing it in when we're at the lows, man. Because it takes a lot more bearishness to get you to those. You control it to where you get liquidated, but great place to start a bag of Naka. In my personal opinion, because she was up to $3 and something, sitting at 71 cents now. Is she at a bottom? I'm going to do the little bottom test here, see what we come up with. She went down to my 1.5 area. That's a nice bottom area corresponding to this trend line. So the 4-hour chart. Swing low to swing high, baby. Tell me where you're going. Yes, baby. Do it. I feel better now. She didn't quite touch it, though. She might still come down. Oh, God. Please say it's not so. Please say it's not so. You don't have to keep coming down, Naka. You can go ahead. You don't have to touch the 272 area. I'll let you slide on it. You're back above the trend line. Let's just keep going up. Let's just not touch it and say we did, okay? I won't tell nobody. You don't have to come down to 54 cents, but that is technically on the table. Let's just stop fibs everywhere. I'm kind of messy with my fibs, man. I'll pull out my fibs anywhere. What's this bigger fib? Loop out, bond out. Swing low to swing high. Did we not mark this? I didn't mark this. I think I remember doing all that. Oh, great. Now I got stuff I got to erase, and it won't erase on me. So Nakamoto gains from swing low to swing highs around the 786 retracement area. There's also the 886, so on this bigger time frame, you could also look, that might be hit. Now, sometimes you might look back and say, well, it didn't quite hit it. It didn't quite touch that. Well, that might be the instance where we're going, like where we took this measurement from here to here and got that 272, where it hits in between those. You might be looking at a situation like that. That's why we do that. There can be those little areas in between. Why'd you change the color, man? Everybody changing my color. So it might be turned around for Naka. It's hard to say right now. What do the indicators say? She's not got the green light just yet. It should be a coming. Lordy mercy. Looks like the gaming coins are still... People still forgot about them. Ichimoku Cloud says she ain't done with it yet. And we're below the 9-moving average. It's not bullish for Naka just yet. She's trying to get that way on some of the smaller time frames, but there might be some more downside for Naka. If this line doesn't hold, 71 cents doesn't hold, man. 55.5 might be a juicy buy zone. Can I swing that? If not, it's time to sell some Naka. Nakamoto, what's your liquidation? 47.5 cents. So I'm good until we get down here, which looking at this chart on 1 hour still kind of makes me feel kind of weird. Knowing that, oh, you just got to come down to here to liquidate me. That ain't cool. I'm at 167% on my risk management on this one, though. I got it right now. It's an $800 position, and it used to be a lot more. Can be a lot more. Don't want to screw that up. Naka, don't you be coming down here now. Don't you be coming down to no 48, 47 cents. I believe I got my orders with take profits on Nakamoto. If not, I need them. Oh, you didn't. Did you? Well, I guess that's what I gotta do. All right, Naka, let's figure this out. Where am I taking profits on you for this move? Swing high to swing low. Tell me where prices gotta go. Ain't no doubt about it. All right, so I pyramid down when I'm doing this. Let's give you an example of what I do. One good way is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. Or it's the 4, 3, 2, 1 method, sorry. Can't even draw on here. So if I had $100 I'm trying to take profit on, I put 40, 30, 20, 10 at different levels, and then that lets me pyramid my profits down. It's that kind of idea that I do here. You could even do that in percents and get rid of all your whole bag. Not trying to do that. All right, let me set some sell orders. I'm actually going to start right here at 85.7. At a 5.7 on my spot margin over on CoinEx. It was an $800 position, so I just need to get enough to kind of just make me safe. Did I do that wrong? 85.7. Alrighty, 857. Going to take a little bit of profits. At 8008. I'm going to take a little less profits. And our next little guy we're aiming at right 75.6. Really close. Can't believe I'm selling any there, but I gotta safeguard you in case you want to come down to that 55 cent area. So we got to do it. And then we got 92.6. I like that. I'll take a little bit more profit there. 92.6. And there we go. The fibs make excellent take profit points. If you hadn't thought of that idea, now you can try it. If you've been doing that idea, then you know. Can we look at Brett? Yeah, we can look at Brett. She's been, she's the only one that I saw that was doing good. Toshi was still under. Basenji or Benji or whatever was still under. All the meme coins were still in the red when I looked at my wallet, and Toshi was up 10%, so that looked kind of promising. Maybe I had to go get a nibble when she was, I think, around 8 cents. I had a little bit more. I didn't get this juicy 6 cents or whatever. You know, Toshi was, or Brett was up to, I remember being up to 20 cents. Can't remember what his high was. Around 20 cents, right? $19.54 is what I got on this perpetuals over MexC here. Let's tighten up our ideas here. We broke out of this channel, so that kind of sucked. Broke that trend line. That sucks. Did you get there? Did you make it? Looks like she made her measure move pretty good. So measure moves. You've seen me do a channel measure move, right? And things of that nature. I did this one a little different, okay? And I based it off of all of this. It was this move. You're always going to get a ratio from whatever the move is. Your swing high to swing low, or swing low to swing high. Especially if it's a straighter one like this. Those are good ones to take measure moves from. Just go up to the top of the wick, come down to the bottom of your trend line, and you pretty much got a measure move for it. Could have done it over here. This one is, yeah, and I could have done it over here too. Normally that's what you will see me do if I've got a solid channel, but this one only has a, you know, I look for 2 to 3 touch points, so this one actually had the more touch points, if that makes sense. So that's why I went with this one instead of the big ass one that we had over here. This would tell us that, oh my god, well, this would be going all the way down to, and it could, but doubt. The biggest bulk of this channel was right here. You've been going all the way down to 0.0033. Yeah, probably won't happen, but this one did. Nailed it. I mean, it would have nailed it if it would put it out there early, but just as an example. All right, so that's a good chance that maybe she's bottomed out there. That's cool. Any other things that could tell us if she's bottomed, if she found a possible bottom? Why, show her the fibs. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. It's a 786 are coming in there that we regained, so that ticks our little checkbox for another possible confluence of a bottom here. She could come back down and double test it. Doesn't mean that she's going to go straight up from here. And again, broke a trend line, so usually get a bearish retest for these areas at the breakout. Could go all the way up to the trend line though. It just depends on what she feels like doing. That's at 12.8. Put a little line there. Does it fib? Test it, see if we got any correspondence there with our Fibonacci's. I do that from the swing high to swing low because that tells me where price will go after we, figured out we got a high and a low. And that's coming in at 0.5, so we got confidence that the 0.5 Fibonacci makes a good, juicy nailed it target right there. 12.7-ish. If she decides to get a little bit more bullish, she might come up and retest this trend line, and that might be at 14 cents. So not exactly heading back to 20 cents, but not exactly heading to 2 cents either. So I take that as a win. So for Brett, from where we are now, as long as we can get past, we got to get past 9.12. That's this little red Fibonacci area. That one's kind of crucial. We're going to be in accumulation, meaning that we could just jiggle jaggle all through here. Learn to play the harmonica while we wait and all this other good kind of stuff. If you don't get that, it'll roll over and we kind of accumulate through here. And that's not too fun because it could be coming down here to 0.02. Don't want that. That would suck. So we need to do that. She's not really claimed it here. I'm on the daily time frame though. It's hard to see all the little stuff that's happening on the daily. You just get the general gist, and that's what you need to know to win in this market is charting on the daily, man. Even if you're a day trader, I think you should chart on the daily. That way you know what the hell's going on. Extend our lines and all this, and yeah, we're in a nice little channel this way, even though we broke this sucky trend line. Let me get rid of this. That just makes it look confusing. And from where we are, above that 91 cent area anyway, up to our first target there, that's a good 40% move. Just spot alone. Now let's go down to a smaller time frame. 4 hours above the 9 moving average, getting tested at the 21 moving average. And with 21 moving averages out there at that fib area, so it's crucial that Brett gets above here. It's got to. If not, then even this time frame says roll over and play dead for a little while. 1 hour is struggling with the 100 moving average, which is the same as the others. Just on a different time frame. You erased the wrong thing, man. There you go. So on this one, it is above on the 1 hour, the nitty gritty of it. It's showing that we are above it. We're at 9.4, so maybe we're good. Looks like we might be able to retest this. So that's a good sign. Smaller time frames are showing, oh, we cleared that level. It'll hold. Just got to print the candle on the bigger time frame where we cleared it and we're good. So that's kind of cool. Still about 12.8 cents is what I'm getting. Big time is Juicy says Sam Webb. That one's still around. That one was hot and everybody's trading it and talking about it, and it just sounded like the bee's knees, and then it wasn't. It's at a good place. Maybe it could be the bee's knees again. So this is what a hype cycle looks like. It's going straight up, and when it's going straight up, everybody wants to be part of a winning coin, so they jump in. Yeah! When it starts coming down, it's all right. We're just going to flag out to the upside, because I guarantee you there was somebody on YouTube that pointed this little guy out. Or just another flag to the upside. Big time going to 135. I'm positive that was out there. On a daily time frame, I wouldn't look at that as being a bull flag. I look at those as being short and sweet things, for one thing. You find your bull flags in these parabolic moves, not usually during and not usually making up the parabolic move. Oh yeah, forgot what I was doing. We're trying to see if we're at a bottom area. You blow my bottom areas. You blows my bottom areas. You blow my 886. You doing a full-on retracement. You trying to go to 0.02? Big time? It's for real? You're at 0.0669 right now. Ichimoku Cloud says she could go for that. She's being sadistic lately. You just being nasty, Ichimoku Cloud. You like being negative lately, negative Nelly. All right, let's look for some other clues here. That's not telling me what I need to. Oh yeah, I got one for you then. What do you think about Oh, that wasn't it. I'll flip the script on you, buddy. I know how to do this, and I know how to drive in reverse. Boom. What do you think about that? I'll reverse them on you to get me a target. Let's hope she holds here. It's a reverse 786 extension, which is now being used as a retracement. Kinda, sorta, in a weird kind of way, but 0.0467. Oh, not a, we want that green. So we would look for a bounce there. I don't know that she will bounce. It should bounce. We're be seeing something happening right here. Hopefully it will stay there and not go beyond that point. It's a good sign. If there's a trend line's respected, maybe. If the trend line is respected, then we might have another trend line going on, which gives me into one of my most favorite patterns of all, which is the falling wedge. It sucks that it's at a, no, it really doesn't suck that it's at a bottom. You kind of see them at bottoms. That has a good chance to break to the upside. So for big time swing high to swing low, possible low, we'll just go ahead and count this one as our low. See if our Fibonacci's give us any kind of confluence for this. And there's a little there. Ooh, I don't know if we nailed it though. Because right here looks like it nailed it. Right here coming all the way down. That would make a lower low. Ah, crap. All right, I'm getting into the woo-woo right now, but I don't know that this will play out, but this is what I see. It's telling me. So if we don't bounce off at 4.6, man, oh gosh, are you for real? I'm gonna put this on the back burner. We'll look at 406 because I don't think coming down to a penny. Although if I'm reversing my fibs and how well that they line up and then what targets that we can go to from here, like where you go down to bounce at a penny and then come back up to 15 cents. That's actually a good come up. I think I'll put an alert over here or something. I know, I'll put it on the trend line here. Add an alert. That looks interesting. That's the daily. Let's see what the smaller time frames are telling us. That wasn't right. 4 hour time frame is bearish. Pretty dang bearish. Although she's trying to get above that 9 moving average. That's the first sign of recovery. Ichimoku Cloud says, well, maybe I'll let her do it this time. Stochastics are at the top. That's not good. That's a sign of a rollover right there. Let's go to the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Still below the 200 moving average. Did regain the 9, so we got to start of something if it can hold. So thing to do here would be draw a trend line, and if she breaks, then it's like, oh crap, I guess something else is happening. But if she holds it and even kind of starts going off on trend lines straighter up, that's cool. So we got this main thing right here. So we need to see her get above what, the 7 cent area? Where do you need to break above? Yep. Pibs say it too. She need to get above, yeah, pretty much 7 cents, 6.8. She needs to get above that. And then we need to get a breakout above this trend line. So, wow. She's trying. She may be doing something. I would look for the 200 moving average in the 618 Fibonacci area, 0.089 is a good place to maybe take a little bit of profit if we can get up toward that area. Mr. Miles, one of these days I'm going to teach Road Dog the difference between doing good and doing well. Nah, you sound like my old English teachers. I used to do a lot gooder back then. Caspa Kingpin, Mr. Miles. I wear the Caspa crowns as Mr. Miles. Well, guys, it is that time. It is 10:13. I think we started this at 8:30, so it's been going for a while. Me fail English? It's impossible. Believe it or not, I've actually got one of my degrees is actually called English journalism. As you can tell, there's a lot of English involved in that. But it was also, weirdly enough, I got this at a engineering school. And so it's a Bachelor of Science instead of a Bachelor of Arts. So I had lots of science. So I'm like a science journalist. Engineering, kind of, yay, that kind of idea. Ordy, if you want another, I'll do Ordy real quick. How's that one doing? $25 for real? She got down to where? $20. Woo! If you're going to take a chance on some of these, man, these are some good nibble areas. Wow. Now, there's no guarantee that she's just going to go up from here, but still nibbling at these if you believe in these projects. It looks like you could get down to 18. Doesn't mean she's gotta. So all I've got is here where we started out at 6. So that's my bottom that I got. Let me see if that kind of will work for my fibs. Yeah, there's a support resistance flip right there. Yeah, that works. So you missed the 786. Now she could reclaim it, get back above 2564 and be okay. And then we got our 886 fib here, which is right around, now I got 2 lines, which is just a little lower than our low over here. So if she touches this fib area, she's going to be making a lower low than here. And that means that she could make a lower high from up here if we do bounce. Wow, that's wild. Ordy at $20, man. I remember when Ordy, I think, was about at $8. I did not buy enough. I had to get rid of it because I migrated KuCoin, and then I think she shot up after that. All right, so, all right, did I move you? Oh, I got you right here. Cool. These I erased. Okay, cool. Looks like it might have a little bit of an issue getting past 25. Because this is a support resistance flip area, and hopefully you get past it and we'll be good, but... Why I got $6 down there? That's crazy. Alright, let me look for an in-betweener. Don't believe it's you, dog. Don't believe it's you. Just looking for something that's going to give me the confluence of these swing lows to swing highs. There you are. I knew I'd find you somewhere. Is you? That makes sense. You're the last leg. What? Nope. Well, don't always have to be the last leg. Last leg is always. I should have started there first, though. The last major move there. 272 reversal target has been hit. So that's one of the good signs I look for that maybe she can turn around here. Good deal. Let's dial her in. Looks like we got a big long wick coming down to a reversal target, a reversal fib. Well, therefore, we might be reversing. I hope so. I'd like to see all these damn coins reverse. I'm tired of number go down, man. We've had so much number go down. I'm tired of it. We get a little go up and more go down. A little go up and more go down. And you know, one of these days, this is going to keep flying up. Because that happens at a point in this market, and you're like, I can't believe it. Look, I'm up another $20,000. What? I'm up another 20,000. I mean, it gets crazy. Ichimoku Cloud is not liking this at all, man. Ichimoku Cloud is against Ordi. Ichimoku Cloud says you might be coming back down here. Let's go with the smaller time frames and see what they got. Listen, screw you, Ichimoku Cloud. I want to bounce off this little sucker. I want to regain that 9 and then we'll be good. This is the 4 hour. That's definitely one. Well, I can't really charge you there. Let's go here. And that is at our $25 area. That's going to be a little tricky for us, but we can get past it, man, and break that trend line. Well, then we're coming up here toward the 200 moving average area. This trend line area up here about 33. Pretty kosher, pretty cool. Swing high, swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. And yes, lucky there. 618 right there. 34.68 as well. Nailed it. When, you know, the target anyway. Confluence. So we got lots of confluence right there. That's how I get my targets. Confluence. That's how I get my important targets. How I weed out the other ones. If that makes sense. That would be a cool move if it can make it up above there. Do its little breakout. Oh man, it would be nice to see a 30% move out of your coin. Especially if you catch it in a bottom area and gets past this little support resistance flip area at 25 something. If she doesn't get past that, it could be a rollover. Just be ready. Blaming the fanny pack, says Strega. Mercy says, when move from a scientific perspective. Whew, Lord. Our big move won't come for months away. English journalism, so do you investigate English or simply use English? Well, most journalism schools aren't that big on investigative journalism. You would think that they would be. There's a lot of stuff in English. Sus stuff in English needs to be investigated. I agree. Why do Americans say dove and Brits say dive? Or dove and Brits say dived, but both Brits and Americans would say drove, not drive. Curious question, Mr. Miles. Why do Americans say drove? Okay. Oh, drive. Yeah, I read that wrong. You need to invest that. I will look into that, Mr. Miles. See if we can come up with an answer for that question. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back again tomorrow night, and man, just keep an eye on things. Usually, CryptoFace was saying, you know, about 8 in the morning they started tanking the markets. This time, 8 in the morning, they started pumping the markets. So I guess they were through dumping before that. Good Lord, I'd hate to see them start again because at that price. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We'll see how the market's reacted, and you know, it all depends a lot on the legacy markets since they got their fingers, you know, kind of, they got their arm up our rectum in Bitcoin right now, and some of the, you know, on the ETFs. So if they get scared or stuff, you know, things can sell off, so that can affect us. Hopefully, the world will not go to hell in a handbasket this month, but we never know. But see how the markets react tomorrow, and gosh, hopefully we get a better day. But God bless, keep yourself safe. Try not to get liquidated. Try not to get too far out there. What was that, a white glove? No white glove. That's just me, pasty white fingers. All right, good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Jenny, watch out. Jenny, don't get too close. Phew. Barely saved her, Mr. Miles. Good night, John boy. After you, Mary Ellen.